Many people are concerned about how to trade this current market. Up big, down big. Concerned about how to trade your positions. We time the market and we look at what's affecting the market. Having this kind of useful information is very important to staying profitable in the market. Quick question. How do you feel about the current market? Put your comments down below. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our YouTube live stream, Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest, welcoming you all here, whether you're brand new to the software or to this webcast or live stream, or if you are someone who's been with us for a while. I do thank you all for supporting the channel and being here. So for all my new people, what is this all about? VectorVest is all about a software designed to help you to make better decisions in the market. But better yet, VectorVest provides a means to an end, all right, to help you to solidify a trading plan. Trading plan consists of knowing when to buy, when to sell. So we go far and beyond just saying, hey, buy this stock or don't buy this stock. It is all about knowing when to buy. We're going to show you from a market timing perspective when it's okay to buy. What to buy. We're going to look at the stories, stocks that are making news, and we're going to look at those stories to decide whether or not some of those stocks are what to buy and when to sell. When we look at some of these graphs, I'm going to point out ideal situations to know when to sell. And from a market timing perspective, if you follow a market timing, one of our market timing calls, you'll know when to get in, when to buy, and you'll know when to get out, when to sell. So for the people who are brand new, that's what we're all about. Real quick, if you can hear me, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that you can hear me and that I am coming across loud and clear. I have my producer with me, Joey. Say hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey.
He's sitting side saddle with me, making sure that everything is coming across clear. So if nothing is working, it is all Joey's fault. And if it is all working, it's all because of me. So there you go. That's the right way to look at it, right, Joey?
That's what happens.
That is what happens. So if everything works, it's all me. And if it doesn't work, it is all Joey's fault. Real quick, also, now that I know that many of you can hear me and you can chat amongst yourselves back and forth because you can see each other's type, I want to let you know a couple of things. If you like what you see here, always think about subscribing to the channel, all right? Let's see how many subscribers to the channel we can get today. I'd love to see more subscribers. We are growing our subscriber base. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. Don't forget to comment as well. And you know something? Take a little bit of time right now to share this link, this live link on your social media. Let's make that happen. You never know who's in your circle who may be interested in stocks, and this could be a jump-off point for them to get a better understanding about the stock market and introducing them to a tool that can help them to make better decisions in the stock market. So take a second, take this link, copy the link, share it. Share it on your social media and let people within your circle be able to help to jump on board. Thank you. I like that. Somebody said I got a nice haircut. Who said I had a nice haircut? Zolt, thank you. I got all my hairs cut. All right. Folks, let's get hot and heavy into this. And for those of you who are joining by podcast, thank you for being here as well. Go to your favorite podcast place. Search for Trending Thursday. This is podcastable. All right, let's get into the homepage. We always talk about what's going on in the market. That's the first thing. Why? Because the market's direction affects about 80% of the stocks in the market. We have a way of timing the market. We have an indicator known as the VVC, or the VectorVest Composite. That indicator looks at the movement of 8,339 stocks in one ticker symbol. That's why we use it for market timing. We can tell you when it's a good time to be in the market and out of the market, depending on how aggressive or conservative you want to be. Currently, as I mentioned, we're tracking 8,339 stocks. Let's take a look at what's going on in the market. The Dow is slightly down right now, down about 0.25%, whereas the NASDAQ is the leader to the upside, up about 1%. The S&P is up about 0.2%, and that VectorVest Composite, that tracks the move of over 8,300 stocks today is up about 0.5%. So from the movement of over 8,300 stocks, we're saying that the market is up today. If we move over to our color guard, this is our traffic light into the market. It's denoted by the 3 lights that you see on a traffic light, red, yellow, and green. We're looking at a 6-day view of what's going on with 3 of our major market indicators. We've got a lot of yellow in our color guard. So yes, the market was up yesterday. We got a green light in the price column for the VectorVest Composite. We don't have one today, but the fastest indicator we have, known as the primary wave, is up. The market has risen up now for 4 out of the last 6 days. The market is on the rise. Now, even given that information, someone said that, I saw the chat, someone said, man, the market's up, let's go make some money. All right, that's fine. I'm all for that. But when you have a true traffic light into the market, this is going to help you with your game plan or your trading plan. If I'm going to still be bullish in the market right now, which I'm not going to tell you not to be, do it so with caution. There's a lot of yellow. Don't get caught out there backing the truck up, buying everything long just to watch the market turn around and come back down and hurt you. A lot of yellow means caution. I want you to take that to heart, all right? So looking at what we see with the major indices today, looking at what we see on our homepage from the color guard, if you like this kind of information and feel that it's useful, Joey's going to put a link in the chat for you. We're going to give you an opportunity for 99 cents, folks. For 99 cents, you can take a 30-day trial to the VectorVest software. Joey's going to put the link in there. Click that link. Because it's got the YT at the end, that denotes YouTube. And now we can see those people who are from our YouTube channel that are taking advantage of a 30-day trial to the software for 99 cents. So Joey puts that in there. Don't forget, click on that link if you want to take advantage of that trial. All right. Let's look at what's moving the market, keeping us more so in that precocious, precarious, cautious type of scenario. Let's go take a look at our first story. So as we do that, I'm going to move to our first story. Oh, we'll click it here. Here we go. The first story always talks about the market overview, all right? Stocks rally, and this was yesterday. Stocks rally driven by bank and energy sector. The energy sector is kicking butt and taking names right now, and banks were moving up yesterday as well. The Dow Jones rose more than 400 points on Monday. Actually, this wasn't yesterday. This was on Monday, clawing back some of the lost ground after 4 consecutive weeks of declines as investors piled into economically sensitive stocks, including those of banks and energy companies. All right, so that's a good reason to look at the market from a bullish perspective, but don't forget all of that yellow in the color guard. Let's go to another story. Pelosi Mnuchin renewed talks as Democrats release $2.2 trillion coronavirus stimulus bill. That's kind of awesome. All right, that is kind of awesome because this is what America is looking for, and this could be another reason why the market is moving higher. More stimulus, that's more bullish. People have more money in their pockets if they're going to get direct checks from the IRS. More money, put it back into the economy. That helps to grow the economy. Now, right after that came out, I got another story. House delays the vote on the $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus bill to allow more time for talks. Just as quick as it comes, is as quick as they can take it away from you. And that hurts. But the market is still moving higher because the hopes are still there. All right, I think a lot of the move to the upside is looking at the job number. All right, so we look at that. The job number is one. The job number dropped. And you know something? I just recently came back off of vacation, and we were in Pigeon Forge. And even in Pigeon Forge, I was watching how many companies or how many businesses were looking for workers. A lot of people out there looking for workers. But in given that helped to drop the numbers of people looking or filling out new applications for jobs, or for jobless claims. And one last story. Nope. That's what I'm going to leave it on right there. That's where we stand as far as the stimulus bill, but the hope is still out there that we're going to get it, and that's a lot of what's driving the market up. Now, if this starts to recede, you're going to see the market pull back. All right, if they start losing hope in the stimulus, the market will pull back. So keep that in mind. I'm going to now move us back into the software, and I'm going to go into our watch list of stocks today. We got about 23 stocks to look at. Joey's probably looking at it going, oh man, that's a lot. For those people who are new, I am going to start to show you some of the power of this software that you can incorporate into your trading plan. This is unlike any other watch list you'll find anywhere, because all of the stocks that are here are sorted by our master indicator, VST, right here. That VST shows the combination on the stocks for relative value, relative safety, and relative timing. And the stocks that have the best combination of those three will be at the top of the list because the VST will be the highest, sorted all the way down, which is kind of cool. So no matter what stock we're looking at from that perspective of knowing when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell, we can see where these stocks sit in this watch list of stocks. So the two stocks that I look at for tracking the market, for those of you who are VectorVest subscribers, we use the VVC. That's the indicator that looks at the over 8,300 stocks. And for those of you who are not subscribers to the software, well, I also got something in here for you. Let's look at the S&P 500. Now that I have them highlighted in my list, because this is all part of the market overview, let's right-click. Let's view the stock graph. As we pull that up, let's look to see what the market is doing. I'm going to put this on a 3-month graph. This is the market. Starts off with the VectorVest Composite. Now notice I have on here 20-day exponential moving average. I have on here our indicator, relative timing. Relative timing tells me if a stock, or in this case the market, is in an uptrend because this indicator is cast on a scale between 0 and 2. When RT is above 1, as you see back here, the market's in an uptrend. Currently, it's below 1 as the market is starting to rise, but RT is not giving me confirmation that the market's in an uptrend right now. If I am going to be full on board, that's better, right? If I'm going to be full on board for a continuing up market, or to say, does this market have upside or legs to go to the upside, I have an indicator within the VectorVest software to help me to make that decision. RT still below 1 right now at a value of 0.93. Now, according to this 20-day exponential moving average, I'm going to take off this trend line. According to the 20-day exponential moving average, the market, or the VVC, is now above that value, but we've got a closed candle today, which means the open price today of $50.08 is lower than the current, actually is higher than what it is right now. The market, or the VVC, is lower than the open. It's still a green candle because it's higher than yesterday's close and has been moving higher. All right, also a little bit of a doji here. It shows a little bit of indecision in the market. The volume on the market looks pretty steady, but this is catching my attention. The market still is not in an uptrend yet, and as a VectorVest subscriber, you don't get blindsided because you now know that the market may be moving up, but not in an uptrend yet. Let's go do the same thing with the S&P 500. Same kind of, actually a different kind of scenario. With the S&P 500, we're looking at 500 stocks, right? With the VectorVest Composite, we're looking at the move of 8,300 stocks. A big difference there. This is why we use the VVC for timing the market. For those of you who are not subscribers, well, here's the S&P 500. It is currently above the 20-day exponential moving average, but look at the big closed green candle. The open price of the S&P today was at 337.69. It's currently trading at 335.48. The price now is lower than it was this morning when it opened up, but still above the 20-day exponential moving average. RT is above 1, telling me that the spiders, or the S&P, is in an uptrend. But I'd rather buy on an open candle into the market. It's a closed candle, so I'd be careful. What do I do with the information right now? I'm looking to see, I've got a good level of support sitting at, a good level of support right here, which was a former level of resistance at 326.95. That's on the S&P 500 or on the SPY. That shows me that I've got some downside to that level of support. We broke through it a few days ago last week. We came back above it. We're now trading above it, but that's a good solid level of downside on the S&P 500. Am I buying into it right now? Not on a day where the open is lower than, if the price now is lower than the open. Not today, but overall, I do have more of a bullish feel. I'm going to draw a trend line. There we go. As long as that trend line stays intact, that upward from that low, as long as the trend line stays intact, I should be okay. All right. So am I bullish? Yes. Am I full on bullish? No. All I'm telling you is right now, from the market timing perspective, whether it's on the SPY or the VVC, it is to be careful. Take what the market gives you. Don't try to outguess the market. Have your plan ready of knowing when to buy, what to buy, when to sell. The when to buy right now is telling me be careful. All right, the when to buy right now is telling me to be careful. If you have stocks long, keep your tight stops on them. All right, with all of that yellow in the color guard helping you for your when to buy, keep your stops on them.